Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to go over the morning work for this week on the overhead projector, like we would do it if you were really here in our classroom. Then it would be a little bit, change up a little bit. So we're going to go over the first box. Says Danny has 5 baggies with 4 marbles in each baggie. He gives away 3 baggies. How many marbles did he give away? I see there are 5 baggies. There are 4 marbles in each baggie. He gives away 3 baggies. Gives away, I know, means I subtract. How many marbles did he give away? How many did he give away? So I need to find out how many marbles Danny has. And he has 5 baggies, so I'm going to give myself 5 baggies. And there are 4 marbles in each baggie. Drawing pictures is a way we can work out math problems a lot in third grade. So he has 5 baggies, 4 in each baggie, and he gives away 3 baggies. So if I take these 3 baggies away, how many marbles does he give away? So I need to count the marbles now, and the marbles were inside. So I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 marbles. And your paper should have all of this on it if you're following along with me like you should be doing. Make sure you draw the pictures and practice with me. Number 2 says solve. 4 groups of 6 is, I remember we talked about arrays in the last couple weeks on our spelling vocabulary words. An array are equal rows. So if I have 4 groups of 6, that's 1, 2, oh, I put too many there, 3, 4, and I have 6 in each one. Or I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put 6 in each row to make an array. Either picture will work, groups or rows. And if I count all of them together, or all of those boxes together, I get 24 little dots. Amy has, box number 3, Amy has 30 apples. She fills 5 bags with an equal amount of apples in each bag. So I have 30 apples in 5 bags. How many apples are in each bag? So I want to know how many apples are in the bags. So I know I have 5 bags. And I have 30 apples all together, so I can make my 5 bags, and I can do like when we play bubble gum and tap each person, or when we sort candy out and give each person a piece and then another piece until it's equal. I can do that with my 30 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And I can look and see how much each bag has. Each bag has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apples. Okay. Then we have another one of the solve, 4 groups of 7. So I'm going to draw 4 rows, 4 columns, and I'm going to put 7 in each one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is called an array. And then I can count them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 4 groups of 7 is 28. Now box number 5, we are rounding to the nearest 10. That means we are looking at the number, and if we count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, the number would be closest to which one of those tens. So if we're rounding it, we're only looking at this number. And if the ones place, we talked about the ones place and place value. If the ones place is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we're going to go back to this 10 number, which would be 60. If the ones place is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we're going to go to the next 10, which is 70. 67 is between 60 and 70. Which one is it closer to? It's closer to the 70. Now, when we have 3 digits, we don't pay any attention to that. We still look and see what 2 tens is it in between. So it's between 190 and 200. And it's closest, because this is an 8, it's going to go to 200. 294 is between 290 and 300. And it's a 4, so I'm going to go this way. It's going to be closer to 290. Whenever we're rounding to the nearest 10, we're going to have a 0 in the ones place. And when we round to the nearest 100, it works exactly the same way, only we're looking at the hundreds, the tens digit to round the 100. And we're going to have 2 zeros. We're rounding to the nearest 100. So if these 2 numbers are 49 and lower, it's going to go that way. This is between 100 and 200. And the tens and ones are less than 49, so it's going to round to 200. If it's 50 or above, it's going to go that way. This is between 800 and 900, and this is 47, so it's going to go this way. This is between 300 and 400, 370, and 70 is bigger than 50, so it's going to go here to 400. We'll do another rounding lesson when we get to math today to help with that. We're going to round again over here. Only over here we're going to round both numbers to the nearest 100, and then we're going to add. So we're going to look at the hundreds. Is it closer to 400 or 500? This is more than 50, so it rounds to 500. I'm going to write it over here neatly. Then this is between 600 and 700, and this is an 80, so it's going over there again. And now I'm going to add those numbers. 0, 0, and that's 12. And that's my answer. Now the next 2 boxes are working on fractions, and fractions should be a little bit of a review. You may have done a little bit in 2nd grade, but we work a lot with fractions later on in the year. So it's important that you get this basic information right now. This box is just telling you about fractions. There's nothing for you to do. It's just telling you that a fraction is a number on a number line. It's part of a number. And the top number is what we are counting, and it's called the numerator. Can you say that word? Numerator. The bottom number is how many pieces make up a whole thing, like maybe a candy bar. Maybe you have to share it with 2 friends, so you need 3 pieces. You would each get 1/3. 3 pieces make up the whole candy bar. And that is called the denominator. Say that, denominator. Okay, so those are the parts of a fraction, the numerator and the denominator. And when we partition, that's a word we learned in spelling, we cut things into parts. And when we partition, we want to make them equal parts, as equal as we can. So we're going to partition the following rectangle into 4ths. That means we need 4 pieces. You could cut it this way, or you could cut it like a window, or you could cut it this way with 3 lines to make long skinny pieces. There are multiple ways to do that as long as they look as close as you can to equal. Okay, there's a rectangle we can't do an X, because if we do an X, this triangle up here is way bigger than the triangles on the sides. So let's not do X's with rectangles. Then it says to partition it into 3rds. Oh, that's not going to work. It's not going to be equal if I go in the middle with 3rds. So I would want to do as equal as I can this way. Okay, same thing. You could go across. We don't want to go down and make like a Y, because then the pieces are not going to be equal. Okay, those are the math parts of your morning work. Now on the language arts part, we have a subject part, and some people were having trouble with the subject of a sentence. Remember, nouns are people, places, and things. The subject is like the main noun in a sentence, and it's usually at the beginning of the sentence. So if we have the sentence, went to the grocery store, who went to the grocery store? We don't know. There is no subject there, so we need to add a subject. We need to add a who. Who went to the grocery store? It could be Grandma went to the grocery store. Mom went to the grocery store. There's not just one right answer for this one. There's multiple answers. Sierra went to the grocery store. Mike went to the grocery store. So you would write the whole sentence there. Make sure you put a capital. Went to the grocery store. And make sure you put an end mark on your sentence. We're practicing good sentences. And then the next part is handwriting. And it is getting into cursive. So they show you a little arrow, and where that arrow starts is where your pencil should start. And for an A, you just go down and back up. So just practice making your A's. Oh, these ones connect, so we go back up and around when you connect an A, and it comes back around. A's do not go over like that. No, 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 no. We don't go over like that. We start at the top and come down and around. And if it connects to a letter, it goes up and we come back around. That's a cursive A. The next part is on nouns. This is practice from what you've learned. A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Circle all the nouns. Apple. What kind of noun is an apple? It's a thing. It is definitely a noun. How about toad? Toad is an animal. Mom? Mom is a person. How about computer? Yes, it's a thing. Fireman? It's a person. How about run? Is run a person, a place, or a thing? No. Run is an action. That's something we do. So we're not going to circle run because it is a verb. School. School is a place. Television. That's a thing. And laughed. How about laughed? That's correct. Laughed is a verb. It is not a noun. So we're going to leave it uncircled. Now on 14, you just have to list 3 nouns. Boy, girl, dad. And that's our morning work for today. Remember, in math later, we're going to do some rounding, so make sure you're doing your lessons each day and staying caught up. If you get behind, then you're not going to get an introduction to something that you might need to complete an assignment.